Hello and welcome to my TED Talk. Today I want to talk about the recent Carrick Artman debacle, but before I go over it, a little context of the situation. Over the past year or so, a bunch of AI content farms have been watching and reviewing cartoons with AI scripts and shit AI voiceover, but there was one channel of these mass cartoon reviewers that stood above the rest, a messiah to these lost content farms, Carrick Artman. When Ceric showed up on scene, he immediately started by uploading 5 videos, all with surface-level analysis and flashy editing. But still better than mine, though. And he quickly gained popularity, and then he caught the eye of Bloom. Bloom's called out how everything reeks of AI, including the narrator, and how the editor contacted him looking for a job. Bloom then finds out how he's from India or Pakistan, and is leagued with a bunch of other Indian and Pakistan editors working on multiple content farms. And then he's referred to the scriptwriter for Carrick Artman, or the Kenyan weeaboo. Or weeaboo, before he's asked, starts talking about how he has too much honor and would never betray his employers, and gets agitated at every question asked at him, then stops the chat like the average weeaboo. Then Blooms has the other channels in the videos talk about the situation. They don't really add much, just reiterating points. Blooms also proposes there's other channels like Somer Himson, I think it was. Then Carrick Artman responds, starting out with a BBC anal joke for a thumbnail. Hysterical. He starts off his response by crying that he's not an AI voiceover, making weird sounds, flaying around and squeaking in his chair like a toddler.
Perhaps making a weird noise will help you get convinced I'm not AI. Maybe even the squeakingness of my chair as I rock back and forth. Or what about if I talk all the way back here away from the microphone?
Granted, it was pretty stupid for Blooms to say Ceric was using AI when the video editor just sucks shit at his job. You can tell he's cutting together multiple mediocre takes, trying to make something legible, just like me, for real. What's funny though, is at the end of the Ceric response video, he just talks gibberish for a sentence, continues like it didn't happen, so maybe he was AI?
So, is there any way to redemption? We guess we'll have to find out. Let's hope Netflix will greenlight a documentary about us.
Ceric also then cries about how he's too good for sponsors and then says, I might as well take them if I'm ridiculed for not having them. But get this, Bloom's didn't criticize him for that. Not for having sponsors, he just has a quick bit sponsoring Raycons. So Ceric just had a meltdown because no one wanted to sponsor his shit content. The rest of the video is him just chasing ghosts, talking about how everybody is copying other people's work, including Bloom's. So how can you claim the moral high ground? You want to know how he does? He doesn't funnel everything into an AI generator and uploads it. He also apologizes for not disclosing he's not a solo creator, so fair enough, good on him. He also brushes over all the other channels' responses from the main video. I did as well, so it doesn't really matter. He also claims that he's childhood friends with the writer and main editor, and the other editors are freelancers, but says they're friends now. But his writer and editor independently claim they're nowhere from America. So how a generic white guy, a Kenyan weeaboo, an army of Indian and Pakistani editors met will be one of the great questions of our time, a new world wonder. He then ends the video with a shout out to his second channel, not the Somer Himson one, but a comedy channel with some of the editors and the scriptwriters or something. So that's kind of just a douche move. This response was so laughably bad. Ceric didn't respond to any main allegations, besides the AI voice narration allegation, where he just has a fit and squeaks in his chair, which isn't a good sign for YouTube. There's always been content farms like Reddit stories.
Fun, so we kept killing him. The Skype call was basically 6 guys laughing at a kid screaming, calling us hackers. We were talking on Skype when EM called, "Let my son play on the server! You ungrateful dick!"
No.
And shitty crafts, but it's gotten real bad, especially the shorts where they have some poor Asian person go, watch this clip, and it just shows a random TV show. No one really talks about it anymore. It's kind of just allowed to happen. Nobody really calls it out. They might say it in passing. They never really, I don't know, make expose videos like kind of how Blooms did. Everyone just kind of just reacts to drama. I have put heavy quotations on that. Everyone kind of just glosses over it, gives very surface level analysis, and really adds nothing. It's kind of sad. I'm mainly talking about like Pyrocynical, Moist Critical, kind of those guys. They're funny people. I just don't know why they're wasting their time making this just shit content. Oh, and dear the Carrick Artman team, if you're watching this, especially the insecure fuck narrator, make some quality content. I've watched some of your videos. Your analysis is pretty shit and basic. It's like a 3rd grade level. In that one video that Balloons clipped out of content about the breakups or relationships or whatever, me just sound like a massive incel. And if you want to contact me, I haven't checked my email in 4 years, so do with that as you will. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Bye and shit.